Quran in chapter 86 verses 6 and 7 says that how did man come about? Spurting fluid stemming from between the backbone and the rib cage. I've already refuted this on a previous video, so I'm not going to waste the time of repeating that. Go watch that video.
I can't believe I have to say this in refutation. Like I have to, it doesn't. It comes from the male reproductive system, which is located between the legs, not the backbone and the rib cage.
So not only do you lack knowledge of history and Arabic grammar, but you've also demonstrated that you failed in science class and you have no knowledge of biology either. Let's refute you again. So this is the third video now. On the third verse of the Quran, this guy mentions the Quran in chapter 86, verses 6 and 7. It says that we were created from water ejected, coming forth from between the backbone and the rib cage. Okay, that's the verse. He's saying, no, that's not true, because the spurting fluid, semen, doesn't come from that location. It comes from between the legs. Okay, let's analyze this scientifically. And let's look at the use of the Arabic words. So the phrase water ejected or ejected fluid is not limited to sperm. When the Quran mentions that the ejaculated fluid, it contains other fluids. So it also contains, for example, fluids from the prostate. It contains fluids from the seminal vessels, for example. So it's not just limited to one area. There is also an anatomical correlation. Semen in itself isn't produced in one organ, bro. It contains sperm, prostate fluid from the prostate glands, located below the bladder near the pelvic bones, and seminal fluid from behind the bladder at the base of the spine, and the bulbourethral fluid from the Cowper's gland, which is in the pelvic region. Now, I understand this might be too much for you and, maybe just shot over your head, but I can't believe that I am having to explain to a grown man how this happens, or the form of, quite frankly, it's embarrassing. However, the process of ejaculation involves different organs. It's not limited to one. And not just the organ between your legs, but the organs are situated between the lower back, the spine, and the front pelvic region, exactly as the Quran described. Even during fetal development, the gonads originate near the kidneys, where the area between the ribs and the spine. And then it descends exactly as the Quran said. So since you can't read big words and science clearly confuses you, let me dumb this down for you further, right? Modern anatomy shows that the sperm in itself is formed in the testes. Okay? I'm going to go slow for you, bro. The sperm in itself is formed in the testes. Ejaculated fluid has contributions from 3 different places. Okay? The seminal vessels, which is 50 to 80%, the prostate gland, which is between 20 to 30%, and the bulbourethral glands, which is 5%. Again, understand, it's not coming from one specific location. There's 3 organs. The testes is one of 3. The other 2, one is located where? Behind your spine, underneath the backbone. And where's the other one? Located towards your rib cage. So the Quran, alhamdulillah, is 100% correct and accurate scientifically when it says that the ejaculated fluid comes from where? From between the rib cage and the spine. So this is the refutation to the third video. So we've proven that crucifixion in Egypt existed, and it was not the Roman style of crucifixion with the cross, and the Quran does not use the word cross. We've also refuted that Samiri was a person and not a Samaritan. And now I've also refuted scientifically that the human being comes from the ejaculated fluid, which stems from between the rib cage and the backbone, which is scientifically proven. Now let's move on to his 4th verse.